Well, hello there, class. Hi, families. Today I have my kids with me because we're home. So I have Luke. Luke is helping me, and Kate. So that's 2 of my 5 kids. Okay, so here we are again. Last year we had to do this where we were home for a little bit instead of in person. So I'm going to send you a few videos that we would have been doing at home. But today we're going to do, or we would have been doing in class together. But instead we're going to have to do it together, but in video. So some of these things you might have at home and maybe you can try with your parents. And if not, that's okay. You can just watch. So do you know what the nursery rhyme is for today? No? I think you do.
Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty. So the story goes, the rhyme goes, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. On Friday, we talked about rhymes. So if you were one of our Friday friends, you heard us, we tried to listen with our ears, turn on our listening ears, and listen for words that sounded the same. We came up with cat, hat, rat, sat. Humpty Dumpty is also like that. Do you hear it? Humpty and Dumpty, they sound the same. And when they have the same endings, what you doing, Luke? When words have the same endings, they rhyme. So be listening this week in our nursery rhymes for words that have the same ending and sound the same. And now we're just being silly. Okay, so we have an egg. Right here, and eggs can crack very easy, and that's where our nursery rhyme comes from. So Luke, one thing you can do this week is build a wall. Luke built a wall, and he's scared that since Humpty is rounded, he is an oval. You could even draw a face on him. If you at home, if you have some markers with your parents' help, you could draw 2 eyes and a nose and a smile. Do you think Humpty Dumpty's going to be smiling for long? Oh, there he is. He's got some pants and maybe an arm. He's got an arm and a hand and another one. Here's Humpty Dumpty, and he's going to sit on a wall. And what do you think from listening to the story? Kate drew one. What do you think from listening to the story is going to happen to Humpty Dumpty? Do you think he can sit on that wall?
No.
You don't think so, Kate?
No.
Do you think so, Luke?
No.
Okay, set him down.
Look up.
Oh, he fell. So Luke wanted to get a cup of water for him to fall in. Otherwise, in the rhyme, it says he had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men, they couldn't put Humpty together again. So now let's see what happens when Humpty sits on a wall and there's not something. Hang on. Let's move all these blocks. Okay. There's not something for Humpty to fall on but a table. What do you think is going to happen? Oh my goodness. That's perfect. He did. He cracked.
Oh, he cracked.
So,
okay.
Well, I drew that crack, Mom.
Mommy, can I do?
We are going to show our friends the parts. Oh, the parts of an egg. And then you can crack them some more in the yard. Or in the compost pile.
Oh, Mom, I know the best.
Okay. So an egg, yes, Kate has a cup for me. An egg has the outside, and it is the shell. Do you see that little piece of shell? And then inside, there are a few parts. There's the egg white. Do you see how that's clear? Now, we love scrambled eggs in the morning. Do you guys like eggs? We like to cook them and eat them. And sometimes some of you have seen that I like to bring hard-boiled eggs into the room for lunch. So we've got our egg white and the shell. And then inside, there's still another piece. And that is the yolk.
Mommy,
And it
can
is
I
yellow.
do this?
We need that one for the next thing.
Anytime we'll come back.
Oh, Levi brought us some scissors. We needed some
Mommy,
scissors.
you can use another one.
Okay, what are you doing? Are you going to take that over there? Okay, Luke is going to see, he's going to make another.
I just cracked it in one hit and the yolk came out.
Luke just cracked another egg. So You guys can watch this, but only do this science experiment with your mom and dad to see if a rounded egg, an oval, if he can sit on your wall or not. The next science experiment we have, so there's our egg that we won't be eating. I should have put the shell in there. Is we're gonna have 2 cups of water. Kate's gonna help me. I've got 1 cup of water that is fresh water from my sink. Okay, and then I have another cup of water that we are going to add salt to. Here, Kate, you wanna pour some salt in there? Parents, you might wanna use warm water for the salt. Okay, that's a lot of water, or salt. We are gonna play sink or float. So if you were in my class last year, we have played this with lots of things, but we have never played this with eggs or salt water. So this egg, Luke, what's going on back there, buddy?
Broke it.
You broke the egg. All right.
And I accidentally smashed it.
So when you're
On the
home,
porch.
you never know what's gonna happen at home, do you? So we have an egg, and it is going to go in the fresh water. What do you think is gonna happen when I drop it in there? Gently drop it in there. Do you think that this egg is going to sink or float? Kate, what do you think?
And Mama,
Wait, think about it.
Mama
Kate has an
we
idea.
put some dirt in the
Oh, we're not gonna put
Salt.
dirt in our water.
salt.
You can get this other cup and put dirt in that one.
How about salt?
How about
Here,
once
how
we're done with our
about
experiment?
Later.
Okay, Luke is gonna come up with his own experiment. Okay, so we have fresh water and we're gonna put the egg in. Think about what, do you think it's gonna sink or float? Tell your mom and dad. Okay, here we go.
It's gonna sink.
Kate thinks it's gonna sink.
Oh.
And there you have it. Do you see? Luke's going mining in our backyard. So it did, it sunk. The egg sunk. Now we have salt water. Yes, Kate's gonna help me drop it in. And salt water is like the ocean, and it is more dense than fresh water. So think about it again, put on your thinking caps, and tell your mom and dad, do you think that it's gonna sink or it's gonna float? Sink or float, we're gonna find out. All right, Kate, drop it in. Look at what it did. It is floating. Isn't that fun? The fresh water, the egg, same kind of egg. They're both fresh eggs. They're not hard-boiled. The first egg in the fresh water sunk, but the egg in the salt water, which is more dense, which is kind of like thick, it's kind of thicker. In the salt water, it floats. Isn't that fun? So if your mom and dad say it's okay, then you can try it at home, or you can just watch it. So we've got salt water. Wasn't that fun? Salt water and fresh water. Okay, I have 2 more activities for you to do. Kate helps me with one of these, and they are, you can take a piece of paper or a paper plate and maybe some markers. So what we did was I took a paper plate and Kate took a piece of paper, and we drew on it. I will show you. Kate, you want to put yours together? Sorry, I'm not a very good camera girl, but maybe we'll get better at this after 2 weeks. So I took my paper plate and I drew on it.
Mommy, look what I did.
A Humpty Dumpty. And
Mommy, look,
Kate drew a Humpty
what I
Dumpty
made.
too. And Luke is playing with rocks and sticks.
I broke the stick and made it into a weapon.
He made it into something else. Okay, so I think we're never gonna get through this video if I don't keep moving. So we have a paper plate or a piece of paper, and we drew, and maybe you could have your parents help you, our own Humpty Dumpties with 2 eyes, and you could do a mouth and a nose, and then we cut it into 4 pieces. So I cut mine up into 4 pieces, just like how Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall and then he fell. And after you cut it, you can see if you can maybe mix it up, and then you could try to put it back together, just like all the king's horses and all the king's men. They couldn't put Humpty together again, but our Humpty wasn't super broken, so we were able to put him together again. So that is a fun little puzzle that you can make. So that is what I have for you right now. And I'm gonna send you some more ideas of things that you can play at home while you're home. Kate, will you hand me those boxes? Another thing that you can do is build a bigger wall. So if you guys we have food boxes and Amazon boxes, and we can build a wall for Humpty Dumpty. And then you could even glue your Humpty Dumpty together again, or tape him together, or glue him onto some paper, another piece of paper, and you could sit Humpty Dumpty up on your wall. Just a few things to keep you busy while you're learning about rhymes and nursery rhymes. You can build and rebuild a wall. So my kids did manage to build a wall that were 4 thick and several wide, and they were able to put an egg on this wall and he did not fall. Or he could be more dangerous and put him up on top of a wall where he would fall. And if you don't have eggs at home, some of us, I can't find mine, but I think I still have some plastic Easter eggs, and you could put Easter eggs on top. The little plastic ones that come apart, you could make a Humpty Dumpty out of that. And there's some videos I'm gonna share with you of music and more nursery rhymes. And I will see you again before all of this is over. We miss you and we love you. And Mrs. Furnish and I and all of the EC at Traders Point, we are praying for you guys, that you stay healthy, and even that you find things to be thankful for while you are home and not in class.